Hello people, this is Eli G. Brown / Eli G. Brony here with another old Bionicle review. This is on a Generation 1 set. This is Cahdok and Gahdok. These are the Borak Queens. They are also known as the Balrag. They were released in 2002, and I had recently just rebuilt them. It did require me to take a couple of bricklink orders in order to complete them because I had used some of their parts for other things. But anyway, I've brought them here, and, well, let's take a look at them. Okay, so basically it's kind of like the whole thing where you, like in 2001, you get a Rahi set, includes 2 Rahi, and, well, they are about the same. They have the same build to them, and there's also an alternative model for these, where you can make another thing out of parts from both of the characters that come in the sets, as opposed to the other Titan sets in 2002, where rather than combining 2 characters together in the set, though in the other Titan set there was only 1, there was actually an alternative model where you could actually take the parts and just build something else from the same old parts. You weren't combining something together, you were just rearranging the parts. But I'm not going to show those or the combiner model for these right here. Okay, so right here, on the left we have Cahdok, and on the right is Gahdok. I know some people probably would think that this would be Cahdok and this would be Gahdok because, you know, blue, G. Trust me, I made that mistake too. But, officially, Cahdok is actually the blue one and Gahdok is actually the red one. Now, something that I don't get is that if they have a name together, which would be the Balrag, why wasn't their set called the Balrag instead of calling them Cahdok and Gahdok? I don't know. Anyway, the build is just the same old lift arm pieces. There's also this function right here where you pull a lever down and they do that. Speaking of which, there's actually also an interesting function. Do you remember from the Rahi sets from 2001, and I think that a rubber band is coming loose, but I will fix that later. You remember the whole function with the, how the Rahi could knock one of the masks off of the other Rahi? Well, the same applies for here. You just do that, and yeah. Then that happens. Yeah, each one has this little thing inside where there's this feature right here. As long as it's in there, the Balrag are able to... Oh, I see. I put it into the wrong hole. Yeah, when rebuilding these, I decided not to use some of the friction pieces inside the little bar thing, because I just did not feel that those were necessary. What now? Okay. Cahdok was kind of acting a bit weird. I don't know. Alright. Doing some things. Okay, so as far as I know, Cahdok and Gahdok were the first female Titan sets. And some interesting things about these characters is that they feature these white half-axle, half-friction pieces in the white color. They are the same ones that work the same as the black ones that were introduced with the Borak Va. The ones that are a lot more sturdy than the gray ones from earlier where it would just flop around, and also the white too long size axle piece that are used for the lower teeth. Other interesting and very good parts about this set would be the fact that Parrock's weapon pieces are used on the feet, and you get 2 of them in blue and also 2 of them in red. Probably good pieces for mock making, and though you probably could maybe make like maybe a brown version of these guys. Maybe I'll do that at some point, but I don't have any plans on doing it anytime soon, because that would take a while, and there are some other projects that I want to get done. Now, another thing to point out is, well, here's the thing. I actually did not use the same green rubber bands as before. I actually ordered rubber bands that match their own colors, because I think they just look better like this. Having red rubber bands used on Gahdok and blue used on Cahdok. And, well, I guess, well, I remember that with my reviews on the Rocky sets, I explained the whole story of how I got them, at least for the new Irama sets anyway. But, nonetheless, I guess I could explain the whole story about getting these guys. Now, the Balrog were the last of the 2002 Titan sets that I got, out of all of the sets that were released that year. Now, I remember that I actually bought these at a theme park, not going to tell you which one, despite the fact that it's not even in my current town, nor the town I was living in at the time, but regardless, they were in the shop, and after a long time of, well, saving up my money, I was able to get them. Now, usually, at least during the time, when I got a Bionicle set, as soon as I'm in the car, I start building the set. But, at that point in time, Mom and Dad told me not to start building the sets until after we got home. Mostly because we had guests with us. I'm not really sure, but they just would not let me build the sets. Though I guess it was worth the wait, though. In those days, building a Titan set would probably take a very long time. Well, maybe not that long, but probably about an hour it gets finished. At least they made the more modern Titan sets be more simple to build than the previous ones. Now, some differences that each of the Balrog have would be, well, Cahdok has these pieces right here, these small hose pieces on her head, and Gahdok has these leather pieces right here. But apart from that and their color, there really is not anything different about these characters. Alright, so I think I've actually explained everything that I can. I really don't have anything else to say about these characters. There's nothing else really worth mentioning. So, I guess I will just call it here. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you again next time.